okay, so this is the second secret video just for Team Awesome. That means you. Ooh, that was cheeseball, but I think we'll keep it. That means you. That means you. I won't start this video over, I swear, because that means you get to see all the real stuff that happens. So, okay, so Mathnet. So Mathnet is either something you know a lot about or something you know nothing about. It usually people kind of fall between one or the other of those spectrums. So Mathnet was my favorite show when I was a kid, ever, of all the shows. And okay, technically Mathnet is not its own show. It was the 10-minute math mystery at the end of each episode of Square One TV, which was actually the name of the show, but you guys really don't care about that. But anyway, so Square One TV had this song, That Neighborhood Super Spy, that I sang, but now, just for you, Team Awesome, I want to do this thing that is kind of embarrassing, but hopefully a lot of fun. So Mathnet it had 2 musical episodes, rather like Buffy. Buffy only had 1, Mathnet had 2, and one of them wasn't any good, sorry. But the other one was actually really kind of good, and so it had this song at the end of it that I taped by holding a tape recorder up to the television set, and I taped it, and I listened to it a lot, and I listened to it so much that I wore out the cassette. And yeah, so I wore out the cassette. But then in college I found it again. I listened to it for a while, and then I changed up my computer and lost it. But I found it again. But I have not listened to it. So it's been a few years. I've been out of college for a few years. It's been a few years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sing you this song. I'm going to sing you this amazing song that was at the end of the Mathnet episode called The Case of the Unkidnapping. And I'm going to sing you this song. And then I'm going to take out the file that I found that actually has the song and play it to see how close I am to being right. The whole thing's an experiment to see if I'm on pitch and on rhythm, and I have no idea if this will be interesting to you, but it certainly is interesting to me. And anyway, it's a secret video for Team Awesome, so, you know, we're gonna share in this together, me and you and me and you. So this song, for some background information. So this, this Broadway star, right? This Broadway star named Lauren Bacall, right? She pretended she was kidnapped and tried to frame a young woman named Eve Adams. And as it turns out, she wasn't kidnapped, she faked it. That's why they called it the Unkidnapping. And so they all the Mathnetters, all those people on, okay, Mathnet was actually like, they were originally with the LAPD, and then by this episode they had moved across the country, and now they were with the NYPD. They were literally, it was sort of like X-Files in that way. They were this part of this government organization, which they really didn't actually exist as a branch of that organization in real life. But so Mathnet they were in New York, so all these NYPD people storm the stage, right? And they start singing this big chorus number. And that's what I'm going to sing for you. I'm going to sing you a chorus number, and I'm going to do all the voices. The last little interesting thing before we get started is that the woman who does the fakey British accent in the song that I'm also going to do for you, her name is Tammy Grimes, and she is Christopher Plummer's wife, which I think is cool because I saw The Sound of Music 100 billion times. Okay, so here comes the song. Are you ready? Are you ready? I have to remember what key it's in because we're going to test it against the real thing at the end, and I want to be right. Isn't that the key? Bam, bam, da, 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 da. Da 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 da, bam, bam, da 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 da. We truly hope we haven't spoiled your show, but there are things we'd like to know, if we may. Question away. We'd like you please to just start rapping about your ersatz kidnapping. We've got her nailed. Her pallor has paled. Do-do-do-do-do-do. You thought you could steal the bread and blame Eve instead. You're out of your head, your career was dead. Now your face is red, no tears for you will shed when you're under lock and key. You stole the dough and caused this rapping. You thought you could catch us napping, it didn't work. Oh, you know you're a jerk. You're a jerk, you're a jerk. You blamed poor Eve and made her look so bad. Send her to jail, you craven cat. My, how we work, ma'am. I just want the facts, ma'am. When money was owed, you sent us a code. We broke it, it showed that you had been stowed in some old abode. The seeds had been sowed, and so Eve was nearly his story. You cooked the books and bilked the backers. I think you've all gone crackers. No, we've got proof. Do-do-do-do-do-do. You made a goof, but da-da-da-da-da-da, 'cause we found out Eve had an alibi, one that we had to rally by. Don't you know? I did your show. The phone tape you made, the ransom unpaid, my necklace mislaid, kidnapping charade, the whole escapade. It's starting to fade, my dear, as you hold on to the bag. On Wednesday, Eve was not in Nyack. Instead, she was doing my act. So I confess, you're under arrest. Bum, 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 bum. Now that I'm a shining Broadway star, I'll send around my car, and if there's no brunch, oh, whoa, we'll have to do lunch. Do 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 do. Boom boom. All right. Now I turn this off, isolate the sound file, and play it against the original. We'll watch. We truly hope we haven't spoiled your show, but there are things we'd like to know if we may. Question away. We'd like you please to just start rapping about your ersatz kidnapping. We've got her nailed. Her pallor has paled. You thought you could steal the bread and blame Eve instead. Your career was dead, now your face is red. No tears for you will shed when you're under lock and key. You stole the dough and caused this rapping. You thought you could catch us napping. It didn't work. You're a jerk. You're a jerk. You're a jerk. You blamed poor Eve and made her look so bad. Send her to jail. You had my how we work, ma'am. I just want the facts, ma'am. When money was owed, you sent us a code. We broke it. It showed that you had been stowed in some old abode. The seeds had been sowed, and so Eve was nearly his story. You cooked the books and bilked the backers. I think you've all gone crackers. No, we've got proof. Do-do-do-do-do-do. You made a goof, da-da-da-da-da-da, 'cause we found out Eve had an alibi, one that we had to rally by. Don't you know? I did your show. The phone you made, the ransom unpaid, my necklace mislaid, kidnapping charade, the whole escapade. It's starting to fade, my dear, as you hold on to the bag. On Wednesday, Eve was not in Nyack. Instead, she was doing my act. So I confess, you're under arrest. Bum, 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 bum. Bum 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 da 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 da.
Now that I'm a shining Broadway star, I'll send around my car, and if there's no brunch, we'll have to do lunch. Do 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 do.